I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And in this video, we're going to be talking to you about why your ex can't help but secretly watch you on social media.
Oh, this happens all the time.
You know, it's so confusing when this happens because they're being cold to you, they're being mean to you, they don't want to talk to you, but there they are watching your stories, and they're the first person to do it, or the first 5 to 10 people that are watching your stories. It gets you so frustrated and confused.
Or religiously liking your posts.
Yep. So exes can do a lot of mixed messages, particularly with social media. And it can be really confusing because they're acting like they don't care. But then why are they doing these things if they don't really care?
Exactly. So we figured we would talk about it just to make a little bit more sense of it. This is a question we get all the time, but they watch all my stories, but they're always on my social media liking my posts. What does this mean? So we figured we would, have it as a topic.
Yeah, it's a good one because when you're going through it, you're constantly looking at what they're doing at social media. It's really a way for you to stay connected with them. You want to know what's happening with them, but that's also how they're feeling about you. They want to feel connected with you too. And it's confusing because they ended the relationship. So why do they feel connected? Because things aren't black and white. As you're going to see, we don't just end a relationship and then stop thinking about it. Okay? People aren't wired like that. We're built to connect, and our connections are important, so it's hard to let those connections go.
Right, and it's natural and normal to be curious about your ex, even if you are the dumper. And I know this is surprising to many of you because you might feel like they've forgotten, you might feel like they don't care, but they still pop up on, your feed or on your scene, whatever it might be.
Yep.
And people lurk for similar reasons to how grieving people look at old photos of the people in their life that they've lost.
Yep.
There can be an understanding that the relationship is over, but there's still that sense of connection to that person or wanting to feel connected, as you were saying. So they do this to reminisce, to think back on the relationship, to see how you're doing. This is also to feel connected.
Absolutely. This isn't a black and white decision for them. Even if they present it as, no, I'm done, we're never going to talk again. Believe me, we've heard that a million times. But they often reach out. And your behavior is going to have a huge impact on them. If you are in no contact, as we teach it, just to not reach out to them and leave them alone, that allows them to have a lot more obsessive thoughts, wondering about you and trying to figure these things out.
Right, and that paired with you actually doing the personal growth. We talk about personal growth probably in every video, and if we don't, we sneak it in there. We try to use that personal growth subliminal messaging.
You got to hear it.
It's true.
You don't want to click on those videos, but if we stick them in a no contact video, you're like forced to hear it.
I know, we're busted. You got us. But this is also part of why your ex might be lurking, is they want to see if you're actually improving your life. They want to see how you're doing after the breakup.
That's a good point.
A lot of times breakups can be highly emotional. Sometimes there are lofty promises that you've made to your ex about how you're going to do better, how you're going to do this and that and get to a better state. So they might be lurking to see, are you following up on your own promises? Are you following up on your own goals?
Yeah, that is such a big point. You guys think that once they're done, they're never coming back. But they are testing the waters. They are looking at things. They're looking for little hints. Now, please be very careful on what you post. Okay, so if you don't hear us recommend it in the videos, I wouldn't go doing it, because sometimes the stuff you guys do, it's so obvious and it doesn't work. It backfires. So you want to post here and there occasionally, not looking like you're trying to get their attention.
Right. And,
right?
we see this all the time where you're trying to make somebody jealous. There's people to go as far as have their friends, try and pretend to be somebody new that
Congratulations on that new class you've taken.
Yeah, right.
And they're tagging you. It's like, okay.
Or
buddy.
have like their friend's pinky toe in the bottom of a story to seem like it's somebody else, So, many of you can go to great lengths to try to get your ex's attention.
The old sneaky pinky toe.
It's true. There's more ridiculous things too out there.
Of course.
Yeah, so
the old reflection in the wine glass routine.
yeah, right. Or posting like 2 different dinner plates or whatever it might be, and maybe like a sleeve.
Yeah, they're gonna be thinking, yeah, you ate for 2.
So just be careful out there, because many times exes can see right through that kind of stuff, and sometimes it can backfire.
It does. Less is more, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Less is more. Telling people you've changed, trying to overcompensate, they can see right through it. They know who you are, they know what you've posted before, and they know that it's different than how you've always posted. So the goal is to truly change and let them see those things for themselves. Mm-hmm. That's a big difference. Let them wonder about what you're doing. It's going to be more of a surprise to them to hear about all the growth and the changes when they see you in person again, whenever that may be. That's going to be more powerful than seeing single thing that you're trying to do along the way.
Right, and those kind of things come naturally. If you're naturally working on yourself, then the way that you post, the way that you are, the way you present yourself, the way you hold yourself, those things are the results of, the work you're putting in.
Absolutely. So what's going on with them, right? They're watching your stories. They're looking quickly. They're creating fake accounts.
This happens
all the time. Because they aren't sure. Okay? Now they're going to present to you that they're sure, because if they open that door, they know you're going to stick your foot there and never let them leave, right? So that's why you got to be careful, because you become like a used car salesman that just is pushy and people want to get away from you. So it's more powerful to let them wonder what's going on with you. What are you doing? What have you moved on?
Yeah, this is something that comes up.
Letting them wonder if you moved on is far more powerful than you posting some meme and a song that's obvious about them, and then they're just like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It looks petty.
Stuck. You're still stuck on me. You kind of give them that little bit of a reassurance.
But your ex is going to get separation anxiety from you, okay? When they're feeling the disconnect and you're not chasing them any longer, that allows them to experience and feel the space and the separation anxiety to start to build up with them. So even if they broke up with you, and even if they're acting like they never want to talk to you again, it doesn't mean it's going to stay like that, because feelings change.
Right. And many of you might be wondering, well, if my ex is using a secret account, or if they're not, if they're just watching my stories and liking my posts, why don't they reach out to me directly? Or why would they not want me to know that they are lurking? We know that there's some people who go through roundabout ways to try to see your things.
Your mom, or their mom.
right, family members,
Yeah.
or whatever it might be. And so why not just
Websites.
message you? Why not just let you know?
Yeah, there's those
Right?
websites that you can
Yeah,
lurk. If you're
that too.
if you're public, there's websites that can help look at your stories if you didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of sneaky ways. And
You'd be
sneaky
surprised.
tricks. Yeah, you would be surprised.
I'm always hearing about new ones
Me
too.
too.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I write them down. I'm like, oh, that's a new way.
I never forget them. My brain absorbs it. Oh, okay. So you got access to the Amazon account and you listen to the messages on there, huh?
Oh my gosh.
I've heard that
Really?
one before. Yeah. See?
Wow, that one surprised me.
Much to learn. You still have.
I think the funniest one I heard was somebody was monitoring their person's thermometer from the. I guess they had like a Nest thermometer.
Wow. Okay.
And they were wondering like if they were lowering the temperature or not.
They're at 69.
Oh no.
This isn't good.
Just thought it was an interesting one.
Yeah, that is an interesting
But
one.
why would they not just, come out with it? Okay, I'm curious about what's going on in your life, or just message you directly.
Good question. Why?
Well, first thing that comes up is pride and ego, right? It takes a lot to be able to say, you know what, I might have made a mistake here with the breakup. And they might not even be that far. They might still be in that place where they're ambivalent. And the second reason being is that they don't want to lead you on. So they don't want to go as far as to directly contact you, start a conversation with you, if they're not sure what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah, and if you have been pushing them, they're going to be a lot less likely to want to connect with you because they're afraid you're going to keep pushing them. And as you can see, what we teach you guys is not to do any of those pushy, manipulative behaviors. Handwritten letter is pushy. Clean slate message is pushy. Good reminder text is pushy. That's all of those things are pushing them because you're making these bids to connect when they're trying to get some space and clarity.
Exactly.
But we teach, don't do anything. Just leave them alone and focus on the other things. Now, we're helping you try and learn those things and gain insight into what's going on with them. But pushing them often makes them get colder and meaner.
Right. And if you think about it, if you are still connected on social media or if you have a public account, then they are able to see those things that you post, right? So it's not illegal to snoop on public accounts, or it's not illegal to snoop on people that you follow. If it's something that's really getting to you, I know many of you do get really frustrated by this, then you can, mute people, you can block people, do whatever you need. If you are interested in repairing this relationship, typically them being curious about what's going on in your life is not a bad thing.
Ideally, it's better to show strengths, as emotional strength, when it's challenging and you want to block them because you can't handle the uncertainty. The strongest thing that you can do is to leave it be. If anything, just remove the app from your phone, take it off for a while so you can calm yourself down if you don't have that emotional self-control, because your exes are going to do a lot of different things when you're in no contact. And watching your stories is not a reach out. Them liking your post is not a reach out. We are looking for some kind of direct message. That is what we consider a reach out.
Right. And try not to let this dominate your life and your mind. And I know this is hard. Hard to do.
It's like telling them not to breathe.
Yeah, because it's compulsive, if you have access just right on your phone to see if another person has gone on your profile that you create, so you have a lot of access to seeing in the very least that your ex has seen your story. And I feel like it gives you kind of that hit of dopamine, and it can become, a bit neurotic.
Here's another one. This is a good one that I should bring up. If they delete you off of something, don't go adding them onto another account. If they remove you from their Instagram, don't send them a Snapchat follow request. Or say, how come you deleted me? I can't believe you deleted me.
Right.
Don't do it. That's not showing strength. That's not showing emotional self-control, which is what you got to do.
Right. And what we ideally want you to do is be able to see the bigger picture here. Yes, social media can give you some signs and hints and clues as to what your ex might be up to, but bigger picture, you're trying to repair a relationship. You're trying to repair a connection. It's going to be much greater than what you post or don't post or what they see or don't see. So just keep that in mind. I see many of you really get wrapped up into social media and all of this, and it really takes away from the focus that we're trying to get you on, which is, okay, how is my attachment style? I promise you that, you being way too avoidant or way too anxious is going to be a bigger barrier to you being able to connect than whether or not somebody watches your story.
Absolutely.
So I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's so true. You're focusing on these tiny little things, but those things will keep you obsessed on the wrong track. You should be obsessing about healthy things. Where do I need to grow? How can I change? Who do I want to become from this? What am I learning from this? You could do the creative healing course, the workbooks. They have like thousands of questions, poignant, reflecting on relationships, breakups, teaching you skills and strategies. So when they come back, you truly are changed. If you're obsessing about how many times they looked at your Instagram in any given week, that's not going to help you grow. And some of you guys have to learn this the hard way, and you don't want to learn this the hard way. Believe me, the worst thing that you can feel is that they've come back and you've blown it again. And believe me, the amount of emotional self-control is far greater when they reach out than when you're in no contact. because now you're going to have to navigate daily or weekly with all these little interactions. And if you're not in a secure place, you're going to do a lot of mistakes.
Exactly. So social media can be important, can give you some insight, but it's not the end all be all.
Absolutely. All right. So hopefully this one's been helpful to you. Of course, if you want to get our help personally, you could do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Coach Victoria is also available for Skype coaching.
I'm here whenever you'd like to chat.
Just click on her name at the top of the website to schedule with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon.